Greetings and welcome to Rocky Mountain High School Choir. My name is Chris Thompson. I'm one of the two directors here, and I work with Capriccio, which is the group your students are in. As you can see, these are our choral offerings this year. Capriccio, Combrio, Prima Voce, and Rocky Mountain Singers all meet during the school day, and Lobos, Bellobos, Echoes, Peak Acapella, and Sirens all meet outside of school. They're extracurricular choirs, which I'll talk about later and give you a little bit more detail. In Capriccio, that is our entry level mixed group. It's for any students coming into our program. And then they would advance through Combrio and then potentially into Prima Voce and then Prima Voce and Rocky Mountain Singers. Here's my information as well as the information of our other choral director, Mrs. Elizabeth Howeiler, and our accompanist, Andrew Hahn. We're very excited to have him with us. So please feel free to contact me anytime at this number and my email for school. Our focus really for your students is about creating lifelong musicians, not about getting students to major in music necessarily, go into careers in music. It's just about giving them the tools, the techniques, the understanding to really enjoy music for the rest of their life and to build their confidence in music, but also in general, and work on self-esteem and character development. We do this through these areas that we have listed here: skills and techniques, really understanding how the voice works, how the body and the voice combine to work, understanding of vocal health, how to keep that voice working your entire life. And we also focus a lot on skills, including sight reading, rhythm reading, that music literacy piece, so they can pick up a piece of music later on in life without a teacher present and still make great music and be able to read it and use the piano or guitar or just sing. We also focus in Capriccio on music theory, and then in Combrio and some students in Prima work on music history. And those are two very important pieces because it really does help you understand all of the music making we're doing. And again, all of this work through building confidence, self-esteem, character development, all through the lens of the Lobo way, which is that cultural touchstone here at Rocky. Communication wise, you can find information in various ways. The Rocky Mountain High School website is a great place to start because you can get everywhere from there. So we have the music page there, which I'll show you. Our handbook and our calendar are located there for all of our events, and then also access to our teacher learning pages. So if we just go over here to that website, here you go. Down in the About Us section, you'll find the teacher learning pages information, and then right over here is the music button. And the music button will take you here to the performing arts page, and then there's some information about choirs, and there's a choir website, but more importantly in this case, I think the music handbook and the music calendar. And then if you were to click on my name, you would see that I have a little launch page here that has my teacher learning page, the choir website, and then that can lead you to everything else you need. If we haven't met, that's what I look like. And then if you do go to the teacher learning page button through the About Us tab, it looks like this, and you can just skip to my name down at the bottom. This is for any of the teachers your students might have, and then that'll direct you to the appropriate website. So our learning pages, as you can see here, I'm still working on mine as we get started, as things kind of settle in this year. But I'll have a message there probably once a quarter, and then here's my daily schedule, and then links to Google Classroom. And at the bottom of the page, I have some other information that's hopefully helpful. Some quick links down there as well. If you were to click on your student's class, which is Capriccio, if they end up in Bellobos, Lobos, or Peak, those are places you can visit as well. But you'll see for Capriccio, there's a daily planner here that goes week by week. I'll update that weekly, which shows you what we're doing in class and helps the students keep track. And if they miss a class, it shows them what they can do to make up that work. These are my goals for the quarter for the students. And then this also has links to Google Classroom, class meeting times. And then as we populate calendars, if need be on Google Classroom, like for assignments, they'll all happen here. And then when you look at Google Classroom, so if you were to click on that, there'll be announcements here. If you ever want to be a part of that, you can sign up as well. And then I'll create topics. I'll show you what last year's group looked like. So off to the left here, there were some things that were going on, some projects we were working on at the end of the term, semester one performances, announcements, makeup work, postings, attendance checks, and then all of our theory work we do, I broke into units and we all present it this way. And then there's some other information and practice materials. Syllabus would be posted here and those types of materials. So If you ever need to find that, or more importantly, if your students are struggling and need to find that, those are the locations you can do that. So hopefully that's helpful. Upcoming events that are important for Capriccio students specifically would be the 14th. We're going to have an Informants here at Rocky, which is kind of a modified performance. Should be a lot of fun. Very quick, 6 o'clock. We'll be done by 6:30 at the latest. And then the next thing that they are directly involved in is October 11th, which is all the choirs coming together here in the Rocky Auditorium on the at 7 p.m. And then those other dates that you see here, you can feel free to join us for the first hour concert on the 21st, the jazz dinner, and then you can look at the calendar that we've posted. You can see some of the other events that will be going on throughout the year. Your students have a syllabus already in hand and a calendar which has the dates for the whole year for choir-only students. Other important info, I will grade and try to update grades every week or every other week on Synergy, and I also email through Synergy, so if you can make sure your email is updated there. And then grading is covered in the syllabus and in the handbook about how that's broken down. Makeup work, missed classes, performances, theory grades, so that's all covered in there. If you have questions about it, please feel free to reach out. I will use Google Classroom quite a bit. And then we very much encourage the students to advocate for themselves. So if they have a problem with me or another student, let's approach it. Let's get behind it and get together and make it work. If parents want to be involved in that, that's great. But we always encourage a student to come forward and talk to me when at all possible, to really start to understand how they can really be a really wonderful advocate for themselves. And then as we go through the year, we will likely need assistance and help, and we'd love to get you involved in volunteering. And I'll email out about those types of opportunities as they come up. And then questions you might have. Chamber ensembles, as I mentioned, 2 non-audition groups outside of school time. They meet once a week in the morning and once a week at lunch. Those are Lobos and Bellobos. And then we have 3 audition groups, which are Echoes and Sirens, which have already been created. They were created in the spring, so your students can audition for those this coming spring for next year. But Peak Acapella is auditioning this Friday, which is a new offering from last year. We're continuing this year. And students have that information. If you'd like more detail, please let me know. And then advancement in the program often is asked, how do they continue through? They can sign up, and we all do an audition in the spring together that everybody participates in, and then we place students based on where we feel they'll be most successful and best able to grow. And they typically move from Capriccio to either Prima Voce or to Combrio, and then from there, Prima Voce and singers. And that's probably a lot to wrap our brains around today, as I'm going pretty quick as well. But we really enjoy having them involved and hope that students will be involved with us all 4 years. Last bit I'll talk about briefly, and then you'll see some emails about this in the next few days. We do grocery card fundraisers, and Mrs. Penninger, our department secretary, will email out about those programs specifically, but she has some directions, and I can also post those on Google Classroom and the Teacher Learning page. Also, if you go to smile.amazon.com and then sign in with your account, you can actually sign up to support Rocky Music with all the purchases you make. Amazon will donate to us. And then we talked today in class and are sending an email home about the Giving Bean Coffee fundraiser. We're really excited because students will be able to pay off all of their fees using this fundraiser if they dig in and get involved in it. And then it also benefits the program year round. And so that information will come home in an email today, and I will also post on Google Classroom about that. We try to do these more kind of focused activities rather than having multiple fundraisers each year, so that we don't burden parents and families with lots and lots of stuff. It's just very focused work that just kind of continually supports the program rather than just one sale here and one sale there. These are some of the things that have come out of those sales. We're really appreciative of everyone that's supported us. So our grand piano in the choir room, the choral and band and orchestral shelving units for all the music that we have, AV, audiovisual stuff in the practice rooms and on stage, the mirrors in the choir room, all have happened because of grocery cards programs, and now Amazon Smile, and now things like the Giving Bean. We're really appreciative of that. So again, thank you so much for your time. I hope that you have a great day. Please reach out if you have any concerns or problems, and take care. Feel free to contact me at my email or my phone number.